I'm just going to wait for some of the subscribers to come in. This is going to be a air sign reading. Of what is blocking what blockages are in your path, whether that is self-sabotage, whether that is people or people within places. I'm just waiting for some people to come in. Okay. Let's go ahead and start. I would like to add some, just one moment. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. If you're feeling anxious or like in a hurry, like you're gonna miss something, or it's just antsy, slow down, air sign. Slow down, air sign. Slow down. Okay. Simply slow down. It may seem difficult at first, but yeah, slow down. I want to turn my light on, but it's just not the lighting that I'm looking for. So that's the only thing. So I'm just gonna allow the natural light to come in. So air signs, what is blocking you? First, I want to look at some of your possible thoughts that you're not even aware that you're having, so that you can acknowledge them. And they can also be emotions as well. Some of you are feeling horrified. I have resentment in reverse, which means you're not in that energy, but someone else can be in that energy. Whether it's a home, place of employment, we have protective. Affirmation for business owners. My business is growing and thriving. Business owners, your affirmation. My business is growing and thriving. We have central as a side note. Also have horrified. I'm getting that an experience occurred and you're making an attempt to try again, but you feel horrified. Someone is horrified by the news you received, whether that was yesterday or today or news that is coming. You're going to feel horrified, and you're not going to be in resentment. This is not. But for the most part, someone is feeling protected. Someone is being protective. Can be overly protective, which is causing someone or group to feel horrified. Be mindful. How do you be mindful? You can care about someone, right? And not even realizing that you're pushing them away. The resentment in reverse. Resentment in reverse can also I'm getting no, there is no third party resentment. I'm in love with someone else. And in the end, whoever is saying that chose self. Remember, we have central as a side note. What are the emotions or thoughts? Oh, goodness. Put these back. Okay, someone's feeling humiliated. Saw that in there. Any other emotions? Needy. Someone needs to know needy is not attractive. Needy makes you vulnerable. Needy takes away your own guarded protection. You're putting it into someone else's hand, which makes them overly protective. And now you're horrified. And you are not in resentment. You got into this situation being central. Any thoughts? Any more thoughts or emotions? We have shame. Someone was shamed for being overly protective. Someone felt shame for being in resentment, causing being horrified. What's blocking you, air sign? Being overly protective. Being needy. Horrified is an emotion. Feeling shamed is an emotion. Resentment is an action. But whoever this is, you are not in resentment. You do not feel remorse. Someone is coming off as needy for not showing remorse. Someone is not having remorse for being overly protective. If this is child related, overly protecting over your child, loved ones, you have to fill in the blank. Let's get some direction on these thoughts and emotions. We have the Eight of Swords, and pertaining to balancing it out. Someone is having negative thoughts, right? Your previous thought patterns may no longer be of use to you. Open yourself to shift in thought because a change in perspective may be exactly what you need right now. Let your guard down. Come out of the energy of being needy, air sign. Some of you, your needy is coming off as central. People are getting a different perspective. Don't feel trapped. Whoever is being overly protective of you, which is causing you the blockage, feeling horrified, not being able to move, feeling like you can't get out, whatever that may be. It can be just simply getting out of a relationship. It can be simply getting out of a contract, transferring jobs. Someone is having a difficult time getting a job because you're coming off as needy and you're feeling shame, trying to figure out why are you hitting the same roadblocks. Well, for business owners, your affirmation is my business is growing and thriving. And just as air signs, as you as an individual, you are growing and you are thriving. But you have to be willing, remove the resentment to grow, remove yourself from being needy, let down your guard. Yes, when we move into new depths and heights and experiences, yes, sometimes it can be horrifying. Sometimes we can feel shamed for stepping out of the box. Some of you need to protect your central side so that you can come off as business oriented, as a leader, management, fill in the blank, trying to work your way up in the company. Tone down this, tone that down. Because your needs are being for instance, say you're saying, I need a raise because, my bills are going up, but you're walking like ain't nothing wrong because you're not coming off as needy. You're not showing people that you need help, right? But really you're horrified, right? You'll feel shamed if you tell people. So you are overly protective when it comes to your space, your personal life. But people want to help. People want to help you grow. People want to help you thrive. Right? Let's look at shadow self. What's blocking? We have the Nine of Swords. Facing your obstacle, facing this individual, facing your employer. You fill in the blank of what you need to stand up for. And also this can be the person, individual, who is overprotective, and because you're trying to step up for yourself, you start to see the true side of who they are. And in a way, shame takes into place, like, I can't believe this person thought I was needy, right? And you have to understand, it can be the other person in resentment. They can't let go. They're overprotective. Let's look into your bag, since we have business owners on here too. Blockage for the air signs. We have failure. No millionaire ever got it right the first time. You're not alone. Get clear on what you want to move forward and open new doors. One of the blockages, air signs, is fear of making the initiative step. Being overly protective over your ideas. And by being overly protective, when you try to pitch these ideas, you come off as needy. Okay. What actions are going on? What actions? Mind games. I didn't say that. This can be the overly protective individual, our family, saying one thing, or this could be you. You're saying one thing, and if that information is passed on to the next person, and when it gets back to you, you say, I didn't say that. This can also be that needy situation. A blockage of someone seeing your potential. Right? You're horrified by the news that you hear. So then you throw up your guard back at. Now you're overly protective again. And you may be in that Nine of Swords where you just want to cuss people out. And when you do, they just gonna look at you like, huh? What? What are you talking about? I didn't say that. Someone's trying to ruffle your feathers. What's going on at face value that's blocking the air sign? What's going on at face value? Down. And we have doleful in reverse. So I'm going to put that back. That was just for someone's confirmation. And then we have calm, but it was in reverse. Face around. Bring your face up. Lift your head up. Sit up straight. Know that you are someone. If you are not ready to speak up for yourself, at least allow your posture to show so. See that? The posture is up. It's like, oh, okay, you coming at me? You ruffle your own feathers. But I'm going to stand here because I know that I'm protected. And I'm overly protective when it comes to my gifts, who I am. So go ahead. Shame your own self. Some of y'all are saying this to somebody. Shame your own self. You're needy because I see you for what you are. I didn't even have to do anything for you to ruffle your own feathers, playing mind games. And this is also someone at a job, right? The Eight of Swords, right? feeling entrapped of your place of appointment. And this is air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're not acting like no victim when this happens to you. When people try to confront you. When people try to demand you. Some people, they get all worked up, they work their feathers out, and you see the true that they are because they feel like a failure and they're trying to put it on you. So one of the blockages is not having confidence in self. I'm also getting another blockage of past mistakes, which cause self to think that you have failed. And it's like, I've been down that road before, but I'm willing to try again. But this time, I don't want to come off as needy, overly protective of self. Don't feel down because people don't get you. Don't feel down because when you're nice, people are thinking that you are being flirtatious. Don't feel down when you're able to recognize mind games and people start trying to create episodes in public or gossip because you're not falling for it. You know who you are. And this is calm in reverse. Those who you're not entertaining. And this Nine of Swords is like, oh, okay. All right. But for the most part, so for someone, this is happening behind closed doors because there is no audience. So the lesson is you're starting to see people for who they are. Those who you have resentment and it's hard to let go, but it brings calmness. It's like, okay, I see. Okay. Let's shed some self-love on you. Oh, yeah. Choosing you causes disappointment. People are crushed. Put some love on the air signs. Self-love. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Work on letting your guard down. Yes, people have failed you, especially if it's business related, whether it's platonic. You fill in the blank of what that experience that is causing you, right? Even if you revisit, it's like you feel shame for even wasting your time for some of you. Okay. Let's shed some light on your air signs. We have the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? That blockage. That blockage. Let's see what kind of feminine energy is on you, air signs. Feminine energy. We have the Lovers. The Lotus. I never knew that life could be taken from a lotus. Meaning the bright, vibrant colors become dark. Right? That's the feeling of People have failed you. The people that you thought were your protector, your security of protection. Some of you have experienced something that was very, an experience that caused you to question God. And you feel shamed, feminine energy, for even going that far. Because yes, you were needy. You were in a need. And you disappointed your own self because you could not let your guard down. Like you were not calm. For some of you, you are the one that was in the 9 of Swords. Someone ruffled your feathers. And you feel shamed about it. Matter of fact, you feel horrified about it. Moving forward, let's look at some masculine energy. Masculine energy. Look at that. We have muse of inspiration, igniting your fire again once you remove this blockage of thinking that you have failed, thinking that you can't get back what has been taken from you or what you allowed to be taken from you. Saying, okay, I'm still going to protect self. I'm still going to protect my gifts. I'm still going to protect my talents. But I'm going to free myself from all the things that disappointed me. And by doing so, you have become into a calm place. Your calmness is coming off as central, so people is reading it wrong. So you need to stand up for yourself because you don't want people to turn crazy. Don't mix business with pleasure because they're going to be thinking you playing mind games. Like, no, I didn't say that, but your body language did. Some people look at a smile and be like, oh, yeah, she like me. Okay. All right, let's ask Keepers of the Light for some direction pertaining to air signs blockages. And before I do that, what I want to do is throw some rebel. Okay. Accept that you are a rebel. Accept that some of the failures that occurred that you think are failures and they're just lessons. That's how we grow. You have to experience. And from some of you, you are in your head like, nah, what you're saying right now is a disappointment. Nah, they knew better. They didn't have to act like this. And you like, but I don't care. I don't care. So what? Some of you are coming into rebel energy. You're starting to have that, like, you're not supposed to shame me. Nah, I'm good. I ain't needy. I'm cool. And now they horrified. But for the most part, because you're turning to your self-love, you're giving people the benefit of the doubt. You have freed yourself from mess. You're now igniting your fire all over again, right? And you can choose what lane you want to go in. We have shut your mouth and listen. Someone needs to shut it. And if that's me, I'm going ahead and end this reading. But for someone, you're telling someone this, or someone has told you this, like, shut up and listen. Information that's going to be said, you're going to be crushed, but you're going to be calm about it. It may make you feel down, disappointed, but it's going to free yourself. For some of you, you need to really understand that you are not alone. Get out of the doubtful energy. Get out of being resentful. You're growing and you're thriving. And the blockages is a negative thought pattern. Some of you choose to help you get out of your negative thought pattern. You're in this energy. You can only go so far with this. You can also lose your identity being stuck in this, because then people are only going to see you as this. And then when you decide to step into your rightful place, this is what you get. You're going to find out who's overly protective of you, who's been stalking, following fake pages, calling. Please call me, because if you don't, because I'm going to show up. All right. Divine Keeper for the air signs. All right. Divine Keeper for the air signs is charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. That's really explanatory. I'm gonna even accept the red block for pertaining to charity and prayer and contemplation. Focus on the right things. Stop talking. Stop telling people what it is that you're gonna do. Just do it. Because sometimes you don't know who's really rightful there for you. Put in that action. Because some of you who are experienced, every time you tell somebody, then it's like you question like, why? Can I get to the next step? Get clear on what it is that you want to do. And take small steps. All right, let's give overall direction. Pray out of these blockages. If you are able to identify them independently, contemplate on moving forward. Contemplate on the direction you're trying to move forward into so new doors can open. If you're praying, you're not alone. Okay? Give us some suggestions for the increase in the bag. I saw social media, I know that much. We have manifest. It is time to use your magic the way you made wishes come true as a child. Use the spiritual universe, laws of attention, attraction, and prayer. Still your mind and align with certainly to the frequency that you want to experience. Okay. So that's coming out of that failure into manifesting, right? Shining light on you. Coming in a realization of what you are clinging on to. Is it someone close to you? Is it family? That's the, because I am getting someone that's like, I don't want to leave my family behind, but you have to understand that you have to create your path. And if you choose to come back and get who you want to get, right? But until then, trying to multitask everyone else's problems, you don't want to turn into this bird yelling at people, right? Some of you is just, you have good intentions, but you're just overly protective and you keep disappointing yourself, right? Some of you disappoint people because you don't look down. You don't walk with your head down. You don't put people down. You're a calm individual. And people get crushed. Someone is feeling crushed because they do feel left behind. And that conversation needs to be had. For some of you who are aware that you are overly protective, you need to talk to who you need to talk to, whether that's family, your children, and let them know that you do understand them as an individual. And it's not your intention, it's just you love. This is your protection. Being overly protective is your way of showing love. The one who's always seeing everything or giving suggestions of what to do. And it's like people are looking at you like, I'm not needy. And you become horrified because you get pushed away. And they just simply saying, stop talking. Like, shut up and listen. And is you ever going to listen to us for once? Overall direction. All right, air signs. Overall direction. Ground yourself, air signs. 3 of Wands. Having foresight. Right? Acknowledging. Like, yeah, okay. SGL, she right. She right. Okay. I need to kind of let my guard down just a little. That's for some of you. For some of you, the blockage is letting go of feeling failure so that you can manifest. Right? Divine Seekers is simply saying, with the charity, prayer and contemplation, connect with the heaven and ask and you shall receive. Now, when you ask, make sure when you ask, you let it go. Let's see here. Affirmation, air signs. I am guided in every step by Spirit who leads me towards what I must know and do. Say it with me. I am guided in my every step by Spirit who leads me towards what I must know and do. Now you can set the affirmation up for a notification. Say it 3 times a day. Say it all day, every minute. Okay, you got this. You definitely got this. Let's give you a universal love of extension here. Love from the universe. We have the stillness. Okay. Stay busy is to stay distracted, something that can help us survive our pains and troubles, but does nothing to heal them. Though it may be daunting, take the time to be still. Let the silence envelope you and learn to just be. Okay. This is your universal love of extension. Universe is saying, take a step back and actually be still and pay attention to what's going on. For some of you, you're like, yeah, I got it. I'm overly protective. I'm not allowing people. I'm trying to control everything. And for some of you, it's not that you're being needy, but you need to ask for help. For someone, you talk too goddamn much. And in reality, you need help. You want to tell everyone else how to do things, how to go about things, and you the one that need help. But you don't want to look like a filler. You don't want nobody to put you down. You don't want to feel disappointed. All right. So, air signs, that is your what's blocking you. You fill in the blanks of what you got out of the reading. Also, you can click the link in the description box and click on the SGL show, the podcast. There should be a lot of collective and general readings there. for you as well. Make sure you follow and subscribe. And don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle, and that is you.